Get it fixed right.
This, not the other one. That's a great place for it. Hello.
Where are you?
I am right at his house.
Okay.
So.
But I'm just getting your. I just helped mom organize her car, so.
No, you're good.
Just stopping at the marathon.
Hmm?
You
You want something to drink,
Are
bro?
we able? Me?
Yeah.
Anything.
Whatever. I don't. Yeah.
Do you want one of your teas?
Yeah. Right. Can I?
The the one that basically the one that was left at the house.
Oh, can't do it like that.
Yeah.
Like that. All right. What if I?
Doesn't matter as long as it's big. I'd prefer a big water. That'd be great. Thank you. All right, love you. Later. Oh shit.
Just move those.
But all right, love you.
Damn, I should have.
I wish I had brought a second tripod because I could have gone live on TikTok. That would have been good.
Yeah, no,
That would've been
I
great.
need a.
We need to invest in a second one so I can record
No,
as well.
yeah, I was gonna say I need a second thing so I can like keep an eye on share stuff and stuff. Like I can't share.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull up the chat.
Yeah, just share this to my page.
That's true.
Okay, can you hear? You can hear us.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, now there's an
Just-
echo.
yeah, I just had to make sure that you can hear us.
Yeah, we are live.
All right.
Oh, why am I sending you a link? This is why you need to make me a moderator. Oh wait, you did. You did make me a moderator. I think. Yes.
I was gonna say I should have.
You
Come
did.
on. Share it to our Facebook page and then probably to our actual Facebook so you can tag me in it, telling everybody that we're live. Oh, someone's watching. Hi.
We're just
We're-
getting set up.
yeah, we're
Welcome to
getting-
the stream.
Yep, I'm
this is
Seb.
I'm James.
Welcome to Cosmic Retro Space.
If this is your first time here,
Yeah.
just kind of getting set up here. Before we do our review. Drop. No, I don't want location. I want to paste that.
Nintendo Switch.
Gotta get that thumbnail.
Thumbnail.
Not now.
Oh, we got a couple of viewers.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
oh dang. Wow. Okay.
Hi guys.
Wow.
we're-
Welcome.
Welcome.
We're still getting a little set up.
Yeah, we're just
sharing
getting
to
set up
our
right now.
Socials and stuff.
Yep.
So
Yep. Just.
be momentarily sorry.
Yep.
Of course, because why would it send me a notification for my own? Why would it send me a notification from my own page that I follow? Oh! It updated on the Facebook page.
Is.
Yep. You managed to link it right, so it'll. Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
If people, I mean, still posted on there.
I'm still going to. Just gonna straight tag you, because then it'll.
We were talking about the Switch 2 a little bit before we started the live. We will summarize everything that we were talking about.
Okay. And I should be good now. Let me get back to live here.
Okay.
And then, where'd it go? Oh. All right, there we go.
Okay,
Now we got chat.
for those who are new to this channel, I'm Seth,
I'm James.
and this is Cosmic Retro Space. We started this channel a couple of years ago.
I think about 2 years ago.
Yeah. So, to summarize what we were talking about before we started live.
The way it started out before the pre-order.
Yeah, I was gonna say, move it up a little bit more.
I just needed one more leaf gone, and now it's fine.
But
the way it started. So this is Seth's Switch. I did not get one personally. I was on the side of the fence of I am a lifelong fanboy, but I really, based on everything I was hearing and also kind of not hearing, I wasn't a big fan of what was to come.
yeah, and there are definitely some flaws to this.
You just brought up. You almost made me bring up something right now. You know what? I think we just jump into this
Yeah,
and
let's
just
just
rip
jump
into
into
it.
it, yeah.
So I'm gonna start with that because you're already playing with it. How is that?
The
new kickstand?
It's actually pretty durable.
That's
It's not like
It stands nice.
it stands nice. I just don't like how far it goes because like,
Ah,
who is gonna play like that? That's
I don't know if it caught on camera, but I thought he broke it.
yeah, no.
I thought you broke it.
So
Like, I watched you bend it, and I'm like,
I thought
oh no.
no, I thought the same thing when I pulled it out. I wanted to test the kickstand, and I kind of pulled it out too far. I was like, oh no, I don't think I was supposed to do that. But yeah, you're supposed to do that. But who's gonna play it like that? That's just practically laying on its back. You're not.
Yeah, I don't like maybe if you're like laying down, but like, and because like sometimes I don't know about you, but like occasionally I'll lay down on my stomach and play a game.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if I'd lay down and have the Switch lay down like that.
Yeah. But no, what we were talking about before was how, like, we were just talking about just the specs of it, like
How it was, how some things, technology-wise, yes, it is an advancement from the Switch.
Yeah.
Graphically and in some other ways, but like, what about the fan? Because I know my fan on my launch Switch 1, it is terrible.
the fan.
It gets hot.
Oh no, I have not noticed anything about like
Okay.
the fan, so I'm sure that's
I do want to note
improvement.
that is me saying that my Switch 1 did get hot from the start, basically. I don't, it might be a fan issue. I know Switch 1s did have, like, they would work, but they weren't working to full
Yeah.
capacity. So I know some people, because I know some of them were catching fire. Some of the launch Switches were catching fire because the hardcore play.
Yeah. No. So a couple things I did like about the Switch 2 was the upgraded graphics. It's pretty nice playing Switch games on the on TV, not on the actual Switch, but on dock. It's very nice to play Switch games 4K. And another thing is I love the faster load times. The load times on the Switch 1 were long. We're
Just
long.
a second.
Yep, just a second. We will be right back.
Thanks, Busy.
Who's this?
Ooh, that'll be good for me.
Thank you
And
so
I like
much.
you more.
Thank you so much.
Okay. I'm guessing it.
2 for $6, or $4.99 each.
Oh, yeah.
We're back.
Thanks, Bestie.
You're welcome.
So the load time on the Switch 1 were like I want to say about a minute long.
Yeah. I personally didn't really see an issue with the launch, with the load times. I didn't think they were terrible, but they were, in my opinion, kind of like they were kind of PS2 levels of speed.
Can you say? I'm not gonna try to. I'm sorry.
Oh. I'm like, what do I do with my phone?
So, another thing I was really skeptical about was the magnets for the.
How is that?
Honestly, they are pretty durable.
They're pretty durable?
Yeah. Oh, there goes my candy.
Oh no.
So I'm selling freeze-dried candy right now. That is why we were outside. But anyways, I really liked how you just slid the controllers on the first switch.
Yeah.
And like
there's something, I don't know about you, but like, sorry, I was sharing to one more spot.
No, you're good. You're good.
I don't know about you, but like, I felt like it was satisfying.
Yeah,
there's something satisfying about sliding them in.
Like while on the dock, you're playing controller. You want to go handheld.
Yeah.
And you take them off the controller holder.
Yeah.
And you go up to the dock and just pull it up.
Are those as satisfying to hold as the old ones used to be?
Yeah. Yeah, they're practically the same.
There was something, I don't know, I guess there was something Wii-ish about holding the original Switch, the original Switch remotes.
But no, like, so that's how you get them off. They just kind of like push off the switch.
Okay.
As those trigger buttons.
Little plastic. I feel those
I'm sure they would break if you were messing with them, but since they're always in,
I feel like I'm the type of person to.
You're just gonna mess with them. But okay,
I
got
feel like
off.
when I'm, cause like, I play Pokemon competitively, so
right.
having something to like fidget with, that's not affecting my screen is gonna be, that's gonna be phenomenal.
Since I got
to just kind of sit there and look at my screen, kind of going,
No, okay.
and thinking.
My question.
These are longer.
Yeah, they are longer, but that's because of how big the bigger the Switch is, or the Switch 2 is. But
I don't know.
I had your same.
I kind of wish they were just like. This sounds weird to say because I already know like the Switch is kind of big now.
Right.
But I kind of wish the Joy-Cons were like just like.
The same size?
No. Just like an inch bigger.
Oh, a little bit bigger.
Just. Just because like it's comfortable to hold it like this, but not super comfortable. I think if I had that extra inch for your back fingers back here to like actually sit and relax, because like I don't feel like my fingers are actually like relaxing closing.
Right.
It feels like I'm holding it awkward.
But I did have the same.
I also am not a huge fan of how far this bumps out.
Yeah. No, I did have the same question as you. Is it as satisfying as like sliding them on?
Let's see.
Yes.
Does it kind of do the like magnets thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, you just push them in there.
That is. I think it's a little satisfying, but also, I'm not a fan of how hard that sounds.
Yeah. No. Hold up.
That is my only.
Let me get it on the.
That is hard.
Yeah, it does sound hard. It does sound like it's just smacking the Switch. But I found it a little satisfying. It was, and it's like that for the controller holder. I don't know what you actually call that. The grips, the controller grips. It's the same as that practically.
Okay,
so
that makes sense.
I mean, it's just you just slide it on. But like I did find that satisfying. I did like that, and how well it holds.
It doesn't.
That was a question of mine. It was like, how well is this the magnets gonna hold?
Yeah, that literally is just. Oh, and okay, yeah, I would definitely just when I'm sitting there at the table,
yeah,
because like it's not like it's a pretty hard push to get it to actually activate. That's kind of nice. Like I do like that. I don't like how it is kind of like a little extra hard, but you can tell that it's pushing it out.
Yeah, no, once you get the hang of it, you definitely, yeah.
It's an easy little thing.
It's
but
easy.
if you, I could see how like in a competitive setting, or like if you're just like playing a game that you're super like into playing hardcore mode or something,
Right.
having to think, I could see you fiddling. I could see fiddling with them.
Yeah.
Because they're not affecting anything on the screen. What are they going to do? Disconnect your Joy-Con? The game's going to stop anyways.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine it has that same feature that every video game console has, where if your controller gets disconnected, it's going to take you to the cute little screen of, hey, your controller disconnected. What happened?
But no, so that was a couple things I liked about the Switch too. Let's go into the flaws of them.
So, first thing I want to rip into, the games. I'm not a fan of this whole like, hey, Mario Kart's either $90 or $80, or if you buy the bundle, it's only $50.
Yep.
Which makes it substantially worth it. That, like, I think you can agree that was the consensus amongst like 80-90% of the line
Yeah.
in the pre-release.
Yep.
Was people being like, I wanted to get the bundle, but I had to get the regular one because the bundles were all sold out. So now I gotta buy Mario Kart separate. Like, I think it was funny. One guy in line who was right behind, like, showed up just behind us. I don't know if you remember. He was like, "Wait, what? It is? It's cheaper if you get it through the bundle?"
No, I didn't hear that, but like
there was a guy behind
honestly,
us. He walked up as we moved and we're sorting our numbers, and he's like, "Yeah, I bought the Switch. I'm just gonna buy Mario Kart later. It's no big deal."
I do remember that. It's no big deal.
It's no big deal. And then
no
everybody
big
in line
deal.
looked at him and was like, "You do know it's like $50 if you would have got the bundle, right?" And he was like, "Wait, what? It is? Oh man, like crap. I really should have just got the bundle."
Nah, yeah, that's definitely like $80 for a Switch game. Like,
And I
come
know
Come on.
I know what the fans are gonna say. Oh, but Xbox is getting ready to launch their games at $80.
But that's Xbox.
But that's Xbox.
That's Microsoft.
That's Microsoft. That's AAA games on AAA hardware. I don't care what the fanboys say. Seth and I are just as much fanboys as the rest of them. I mean, he bought the...
Oh, shit.
What? Not that durable. Or did we just like clip the thing at the same time?
No, yeah, you
Perfect timing.
Yep,
that was really durable though.
We're
gonna give that a con.
I felt it.
We're gonna give that a pro because like, there's not even a scuff on that. There's not a scuff on that.
Hold on. Let's see if this got stick drift.
I have.
No. We good. Everything's good.
All right, perfect.
Hold on. Let me talk to someone. I got the upgraded version for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom.
That's what I've been playing for. Well, I played Mario Kart World for the first
How did you
day.
like Mario Kart World?
Mario Kart World is actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it.
How are you liking the free
I
world?
have not tried that yet. I have just been doing the cups, so that way I can unlock
characters.
No, mirror mode.
Ah.
So if you finish first place in every single like
event,
race, every single CC, you'll eventually unlock mirror mode.
Right.
And that's what I've been working towards. Right now I'm on 100 CCs and I'm on like maybe the third map.
Okay.
But yeah, Mario Kart World is honestly a pretty fun game. I honestly would recommend it if you ever got a Switch 2.
Personally, I'll probably just get the bundle because
Yeah,
unless things come down in price,
I don't think they're gonna come down.
I don't think so either. I think
we're stuck here, my dude.
I think thanks to people like you, we're in trouble. Knee-jerk buying things. Damn it. No.
No,
But I do think I think the video game industry is in a
up,
bad spot.
No, it's straight up because of us.
You trusted them.
No, we're buying these games at these prices. It's not like nobody's gonna stop. Like, oh, these games are expensive. Let's all stop buying these games
Even
so
a
they
prime
lower the
example-
price. Supply and demand. Let's go.
Even a prime example of in the second-hand market, it's still a problem. I went to our local store. You know exactly who I'm talking
I
about.
know
Not gonna name
exactly-
names or
no, we're
anything
not
because
gonna-
he's a
no,
good guy.
yep.
He's a solid guy for the most part.
For the most part.
He has Black Ops 2 on his shelf, 2 copies, $40 a piece.
No. No. I could go to eBay right now and get like a copy
$40
for
a piece.
$8.
I went there to pick up a copy of that because I was like,
For which?
360.
Okay.
I was hoping for the 360. Why? Do you have a copy of Black Ops 2 for something else? Because I do have the other consoles. So
Nah. I was just wondering because maybe if it was like the Xbox X.
Oh.
Like the that version, then maybe like no, not even that. That would be like maybe $10 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Well, and that's what I was expecting. I'm like, it's a hot game. Like at worst it's gonna be $10, or at worst it's gonna be in the case for buku bucks.
Yeah.
At best it's gonna be just on the shelf for like $10, $20 maybe.
Yeah.
I expected to pay like at least half of what I paid when I bought it originally. I did not expect to pay almost full market value when he and I stood in line in 2008.
Everyone just stopped watching. It's all good. It'll be up. It'll still be uploaded. I ain't gonna take it down or anything. Make it.
Well, I blocked that one person on my end because they were just kind of spamming.
Yeah. No, I get it. They were trying to get me to say something.
I didn't know what that was either. I read that and I went, nope.
No, I feel like it was something like backwards, and it would say they would make us say something
Yeah.
messed up. But no,
Somebody did drop a like though.
yeah,
So when we jumped up to 8 and then everybody left.
yeah. There was. I think there was like 2, but no. The games are just. I feel like for the Switch 2 are just a little too pricey.
Well, and
on my end.
personally, we're a week after launch and now we know things.
Oh, yep. No, okay.
Now we know things.
So he knew this way before I bought it and didn't want to like share any of this information.
I tried to share it.
No. You did it so horribly. That
I will admit it was
did
bad
not-
because I thought
I
you
did
knew
not-
what I was talking
I did not
about.
get anything that you were
So-
trying to tell me.
So, if we can travel back in time to the launch of the Xbox One,
Okay.
let's remember what happened to the Xbox One when it was rumored and everybody thought that it was gonna have to be consistently 24/7 hooked up to the internet, or you were gonna have a bricked console. What happened to the Xbox One, Seth?
Not a damn thing.
People bought them, not a lot.
Not
It
a
did
lot.
not do this. It is not doing what this is allegedly
That's
doing.
why I'm saying not a damn thing. Not a damn thing because this is doing everything.
And nothing.
Everything wrong. Yeah, everything and nothing at once.
Like-
and it's all wrong.
I think the Switch 2 is potentially a great console.
It has
When
potential. Yeah, it definitely has
When the
potential.
prices come back down.
And I feel like when they get rid of that agreement, though.
Yes. Yes, I think Nintendo needs to back up and remember who they were at one point, where they are the family company who they were kind of the first ones to hand out games with the console.
Yep.
Like, they started that. Let's not forget this.
Yep.
They started that, and now we're here, and they're wanting to overcharge us for games that aren't even worth $80.
And charge us $80 for games.
Or hold on, pause. Or sorry to sound like a seal. Or $90 if you want a physical copy of the thing. I'm sorry, that is highway robbery,
And also
Nintendo knows it.
Also for games that you won't even own. You don't even own these games.
Well, and here's the I want to emphasize that a little, because yes, some games will be on the cartridge.
Yeah.
Some games not. And to Nintendo's credit, as somebody that has, I'm not going to say I graduated and have a major in business or anything, but I did take business classes. So I know a thing or two, and I know what I'm talking about. They did everything perfectly right to screw over the consumer.
Yep.
Because they are out here suing an indie company for something that they had no right suing for. The patent wasn't even made until like 6 months before the court case started. And furthermore, I have personally I remember it coming with like Assassin's Creed or something. The camera I was telling you about. It's a little like Ubisoft camera. It's wireless. It has a little clip.
Yeah,
It's white.
yeah.
You remember them? I think they came with Assassin's Creed back in the day for some reason. Yeah, that sounds right. It was a weird accessory. Everybody went, why? And there was no functionality for it in the game. They are selling you that on a stick for, once these tariffs, like $80.
More than likely $80, yeah.
Like,
if not 70.
I understand inflation and blah, 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 blah. But at what point are you taking advantage of your people? I want to remind everybody, the Connect was free.
Well, if you
Partially.
Partially. If you bought it with the bundle, obviously. But if you didn't have the Connect and you had the 360,
But at least they didn't. They started there. They started with, here's the bundle for it. They didn't start with, here's the bundle for the console. Oh, by the way, if you want to use our little feature, you're going to have to pay for the online. You're going to have to pay to use your C button that we gave you. Okay, BMW, by the way. I see you. Taking notes from a car manufacturer here. And then, oh yeah, buy the camera on a stick, please. Buy the dot camera on a stick from the PS3 era for $50 now, $80 later. No, it's not right. It's wrong. And with the games, I want to emphasize with what he was saying. I remember what I was gonna say. Circle back. There are some games that are going to be on the cartridge, and they're doing the bare minimum to cover their butt. They're putting it on a little label on the box. There will be a little label on the box that tells you whether or not the entirety of the game is on the cartridge. So this is my little, if you're gonna do it, please, 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 if you're a collector, be wary.
Yep.
Be wary. You know what you're getting into with Nintendo. Yes, they are a solid company. Yes, they do mediumly take care of their people. But at this point, they are getting greedy. It's not, and that's not to say Sony and Microsoft aren't greedy in their own ways. Seth and I were already talking about it earlier. In my opinion, and I know controversial take, be a competitor, the Switch 2, the Xbox Rogue Ally.
Well, as I was saying, like once Sony sees this,
Sony's gonna answer.
Sony's gonna answer. And I feel like with the Portal, this was
It was a test.
this was a test just to see how
Sony's
well
always
it
been that
sold.
company, though. Sony's always been one to test something, and then after the rest of the market answers to them, answer again. That's very Sony. That's how they keep themselves, honestly. PlayStation fan, get me if you want, but it's what keeps Sony in the middle.
Yeah.
It's always been, in my opinion, either Microsoft is at the top or Nintendo is at the top. Sony is always right there in the middle, just being a technology company at the end of the day. Like, there's nothing Sony does that doesn't scream they're doing everything that they've always done, even before they started making consoles. Like,
But nah, like I just feel like with the Xbox Rogue, what is that? What it is? The Xbox Rogue.
yeah, Rogue Ally, I
Rogue
believe.
Ally. With this coming out,
Sony's
Sony's definitely gonna be a. Oh yeah, we need to compete with that. There's just so much to lose if they don't compete with it. I feel
So
like.
I feel like there's a lot to lose if, and yes, it is the Rogue Xbox Ally. But I feel like there's a lot to lose if Microsoft doesn't knock it out of the park with this. If this doesn't deliver in every way that people like me are expecting, it is going to flop harder than hard. I think Nintendo is in a fine place. I think they just need to put themselves in check a bit.
Yeah.
I think the load times are fine.
Load times are definitely great.
I think the graphics, and when Seth gets to editing this video, he'll put the graphic up here of the comparison. But I think the graphic update overhaul, phenomenal. It's great. Like, it is a great thing. I just can't personally justify it still.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing on it. There's nothing. What is there? There's a $10 tech demo that I have to go buy. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to go buy every other accessory to complete the tech demo.
Yep.
That's right. Oh, sneaky Nintendo. You dog, you.
Nah, see, and like I really I do like it. I really do, but it's just there's all the stuff that they did wrong with it. One of the things is not upgrading the damn battery life. Like, what is this? Like, there's certain games where you can play for hours, but if I'm playing Legend of Zelda off dock, I get maybe 2.5 hours before my Nintendo Switch is gonna just kick it. He's dead.
He played for a half an hour in bed, put it in sleep mode for 6 to 8 hours, and then played for 2 hours.
Played for 2 hours.
And it was at 4.
And it was at 4%.
Like,
wanted to die.
Like that. That's terrible. Like,
that is terrible.
And like, that's not saying that the Switch 1 battery life was bad. Was good.
Hold up, I'm gonna take this out of the sun.
Like, that's not saying that the Switch 1 battery life was good.
Yeah.
It was bad. It wasn't garbage,
Hold on.
but it wasn't great.
Yeah, it wasn't garbage, but I got more than 2.5 hours playing Legend of Zelda on it.
I mean, mine has a little bit of life issues because I have a fan issue personally on my original launch Switch.
I don't know if there's any issues with my launch Switch. Honestly,
if you feel like I
don't really play it off dock no more. So
then you're fine. I wouldn't worry about it. If it doesn't burn your house down, you're fine.
Well, let's hope to God it doesn't. Oh, no.
some freeze-dried candy here.
Yeah, just we out here selling freeze-dried candy. But nah, I just it has potential. It definitely has potential. Just with all the stuff that Nintendo did, like you practically don't even own the console itself. If you make modifications to any of it, they break your console.
And I'm gonna jump in here again before this video gets posted and the views start rolling in. I don't care what the fanboys have to say. Microsoft and Sony do not do this. They have never done this. They have never been like that. He has a PS5. He can go out tomorrow and buy a new shell for it.
Hell,
And they are not going to care. If he went out tomorrow, if it was available tomorrow and he went out and bought a new shell for his Switch, they will brick his Switch.
Yep. No, hell, even if I jailbroke my PS5,
They don't care.
they won't care. They won't do
It's
anything.
your property.
It's mine. I bought it. I
As
paid
long
my
as you aren't
money for
manipulating
it.
online games, these companies do not care.
Nope. But if I do one thing wrong to the Nintendo Switch 2,
It's
goodbye.
It's over.
Goodbye.
And I want to know,
Goodbye,
Nintendo-
$500 console.
I want to know, Nintendo wasn't like this on the Switch 1. You can still modify your Switch 1.
Yeah.
That is, I want to know, before we get demonetized and taken down, this is not us at all telling you or endorsing
Go modify.
modifying your products that
Yeah.
you buy from
Don't-
Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony.
Yeah,
that is
don't
not us
do
doing that. We should probably have prefaced that at the start.
We're just, these are
just our points.
Yeah.
Of we both love Sony, not Sony, Nintendo.
Nintendo.
We love Nintendo, but there has to be a line in the sand here, somewhere. And they have, and if there ever was one, honestly, maybe Seth agrees with me. I feel at this point, Nintendo has crossed the line in the sand for people like me, because I cannot at this point until A, the price goes down, and B, I'm forced to buy my next Pokemon game on the Switch 2. I'm out. And I know what people are going to say. Well, that's not going to be too long. That's going to be like a year or two. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Nintendo Switch has...
Game Freak's busy.
Not just that, Nintendo Switch has a long lifetime.
I think the Switch 2 is a long time game. Long time console for them.
I'm pretty sure we still got Wii U games like a couple years after Switch came out. So,
well, ZA is backwards compatible. I don't have to buy a Switch 2 for ZA. I can play that on my launch Switch, and I will. Because it's gonna A, be cheaper, and B, I ain't buying a Switch 2 yet.
will it be cheaper?
Probably.
I'm guessing like $10 cheaper. I'm sure it'll still be like $70.
I don't care, I'll pay some. That's standard.
No,
That is standard.
So
Like, $70 is standard. And frankly, in my opinion, the looks of ZA, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth $70 to me. Like,
I'm definitely gonna pay. Obviously, I'm definitely paying $80 for ZA.
I kind of can't wait. I kind of can't wait for the comments of like, well, wait a minute, you guys are so backwards. Like, which is it? Are you guys like all for this or what? Because you sound like you're still gonna buy it anyways. And yes,
Yes.
yes, we're gonna buy it anyways. But in our opinion, if you haven't bought it yet, don't right now.
Wait.
Wait it out.
There goes the candy again.
Wait it out until there's something for you that you are like, oh my God, I need to play this. Personally, in my opinion, I'm hoping by the time Pokemon comes out, the Pokemon game comes out, there'll probably be 2 or 3 other Nintendo games that are Switch exclusives that I want to play. Like, and I know we all already know they're gonna put the emulators on it.
Obviously.
Like, they're gonna port them over and make them better again. Like, the Switch 2 will be worth it. Just
Not right now.
not now. Not now.
Not now.
Go. I don't know. I don't want to. Like, as a PC user, I can't endorse going to buy a PC instead. But I can endorse buying maybe a X, or even a PS5.
I was gonna say shit, a PS5.
Probably, like, if you're a home person and you just want something that you can kind of like dual,
Yeah.
I would go with the PS5 personally, just because you can take the Portal with you to like airports and stuff. It's just a matter of what games you're playing. Be mindful of what you're playing, I guess. But all in all, we do. This isn't us saying we hate Nintendo.
Nah.
We just hate where we're at.
No, and it's not.
And
like
they're
I
not the
said-
only ones at this point. They're just the worst offenders.
And like I said, I don't hate the Switch 2. I just hate what they did with it, and
You
what
hate-
they didn't do with it.
You also hate what you weren't told.
That too. They also kept out a bunch of things from you, like just so that way they didn't get a bad rep, or that the Switch 2 didn't sell. Like I said, the battery life is significantly worse than the Switch 1. They could have told us that right on the dot.
They could have just outright said, it would have been fine to outright say that the battery life was not improved.
Yeah.
Was not improved on. It was not part of our plans to improve on the battery life. That is fine. Nobody would have cared. But it's the fact of the matter that they just hey Nintendo. Is it going to be worse? We're taking the silence as it's going to be worse. And that's the only thing they would reply to is it's going to be worse, isn't it? No, oh, no. We promise you, it's not going to be worse. It's not going to be worse. Okay, so it should be better then. Because usually when you upgrade a console like this, it's better.
Yep. Nah, and
Like,
that was another thing we were talking about earlier. Is like I could keep my DS on for days.
you
and
could
still be
lose
able to-
that thing
You
as
could,
a
yeah,
kid.
you could lose that thing and it'd still be on, and then once you found it again, it would still be on.
Like, I feel like, honestly, I don't know about you, but I was a kid that, like, would occasionally just leave it open on. Occasionally.
I was always the one to close it.
But, like, honestly, even if you left it open on, the battery life was phenomenal, just idle.
It was, yeah, you could play that for days. Come on. Like, without
I
a
mean,
charge.
as it got older, yeah, the battery life was a little
Well,
slower, but like, it's to be expected. It's getting old, the poor thing. Heck, even the SP had an amazing battery life. That wasn't battery powered. That was charged. That had an even better life than the DS.
that is true.
You could leave that thing on for a month and flip that open and, oh look,
Pick back up where
pick
you
back
left
up where
off.
you left off.
Yeah.
Like, it would shut the screen off for you still, and like, it's just a disappointing state of games in general.
Yeah.
But it's a shame to say that in our strong fanboy opinions, Nintendo currently is the worst offender. And this is probably the worst console that's launched this generation. It is. Think about it.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause
really
it's
unfortunate
not-
to say.
It's not much of an improvement from the Switch. Oh,
And
even the OLED.
I want to preface that by saying that I have been comparing lately because we recently, my fiance and I recently brought my Switch, or not my Switch, my original Xbox One
Yeah.
into the bedroom to like co-play or whatever. I've noticed that when downloading games, my Xbox One is significantly faster. Significantly faster than the X. And that's not to say the X isn't fast, but it definitely, when you're watching them side by side, download similar things, download the same thing at the same, for the same, the Xbox One was faster. It did it at 200 megabytes compared to barely 100 on the X for me. Like, I don't know what's going on in the state of consoles, but with Sony and Microsoft, personally, in my opinion, as someone who doesn't own a PS5, if Sony answers and knocks it out of the park, they might be number one for a change.
Oh.
For a real number one.
Oh, for sure.
Since the, like, PS2 era number one.
For sure. Like
I
said,
there's no doubt in my mind they're already second place. I feel Nintendo dropped. They hyped themselves up to number one, but then.
You know what?
Did you hear? And I know it was probably like a one-off instance, blah blah blah, but it happened, and we're gonna talk about it. I want to talk about it. Did you hear about the guy or gal? I didn't catch the gender. That their Switch got stapled. Stapled. The receipt got stapled to the box, and the staple went in the screen.
Oh, I'd be raising hell.
Like,
I would be raising
I know it
hell.
only. I know it was a one-off thing, I believe, to one person. I don't care. It still happened, and that's garbage. That's garbage. That is a huge point against them. How bad is this thing if they stapled the box and it stapled the screen?
Not only that, I heard news that there was a GameStop that got a whole bunch of shipment of Nintendos that had holes in the screen. All Nintendos.
I did not hear that. I heard people were getting bricked already, though. I heard some people getting bricked already. Like, and all it was they plugged it into the wall to charge it, and brick.
Nah.
Orange screen, baby.
Nah. You don't get to play your Switch.
Like,
but no, I
feel like this is a great segue to ending it, because I feel like we've said all we can say. I feel like we're just doing a lot of ribbing in at this point.
We're just kind of just bantering right now.
We're just bantering and ripping in.
Oh, but we just got one more person in. Hi.
I think that's you.
Oh, he just left.
I don't know what. I guess it is only counting me.
Yeah, right now it's you.
Oh well. But we have 4 likes, so that'll help. That'll help in the algorithm later.
But nah.
I don't know why it says only 3 on yours. It says 4 on mine.
Whatever.
But no, all in all, I think it'll be fine once we get through this nonsense.
Yeah.
But I also think, and this is my big PSA to all consumers at this point, stop. Just stop. I know we all want to buy the next big thing, and all AAA games look amazing. Go to indie. Go to indie developers. Go to, like, if you can go to Steam, please. Go to anywhere that gives you a discount for a game.
But some people are picky players like me.
Like, or even go to your secondhand guy. Like we were talking about earlier. Yes, our local guy, we love him, but we also kind of
it's a love-hate.
It's a love-hate. He does us good when we come in there and buy stuff. And sometimes he's not the greatest when we try to trade stuff in.
Yeah.
But that's just the market. That's just his business. We don't really hold that against him completely. We hold up against him the fact that he takes in games from us for cheap and then sells them for like
A
max
ridicu-
profit.
yeah, a ridiculous
That is our gripe
price.
with him, and that is our only gripe with him, is that he does that.
But he's a good guy.
But he's a good guy all in all.
Yeah.
Go to your local sellers. I don't even care if it's an hour away. It's gonna be cheaper. If you want, like, go retro. Stop going mainstream at this point.
Nah, I just think that we should just stop buying games and launch. The supply and demand, like I said earlier, supply and demand. If we stop buying games launch, they're gonna have to lower prices. I just it's a good console for maybe what they were selling the first Switch for, which was like $200-300.
yeah.
It's a great console for that, but like not $500. I don't think the price is right for that. Not $500, $450 for the actual console itself, but for the bundle, it's $500.
Oh, then we are definitely. I know this sounds a little pitchy, but we are definitely the channel for you, Richard. Welcome to the channel. I'm James.
I'm Seth.
Richard says, you should. First of all, he went. What are you two slap nuts talking about? That sounded like a questioning ... Are you sure about that? Like, because we do kind of agree it is a pretty good console, but like those look like some questioning after that amazing there. He goes, we think it's all right. He owns it. I don't. I didn't buy it personally just because like I heard a lot of news and stuff.
The Switch 2 it's a great console. It's just not worth the $500 or $450 that I'm putting up for it. Like, there's so much wrong with it. The battery life sucks. You technically don't even own the console itself. If you modify the dang thing, you're getting bricked.
I'll let you. This can be your discussion here. No, it's just that bottom one there.
But that's on the dock. That's not on the Switch. Oh wait, no. Okay, never mind. I read that wrong. I read that completely wrong. Yes, it is great. The better graphics are great, but like
that's about
all you're getting is just a little bit better graphics.
Yeah,
you need. I wanted better battery life.
And you know, all the first party games will make it. Yeah, at some point when they release that. Honestly, that's kind of where we were at with it. Is that all in all, right now we don't feel it's worth it if you don't own it already. But yeah, I bet that looks amazing. Mario Odyssey.
Oh,
on the Switch too.
So yeah, I haven't gotten to upgrading all my Switch games or all the games that have upgrades for it. But,
and I've seen the comparison videos of like what ZA is supposed to look like, and I have seen the comparison videos of like what Scarlet and Violet look like because I am a Pokemon fanboy, so I want to see. And I can say it does look so much better. It looks so much better.
Everything, yeah.
But I can't justify
that
that as somebody who's essentially just buying a Pokemon machine.
No, like I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, it is a great console. It's
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of them are, but that's part of the problem. I feel like that's part of the problem, is that the Switch 1 games are now running flawlessly on the new console. That's part of the problem, I feel, for a lot of people. Like that's so wrong to me. Like, why? What was the like? I understand you had to launch a console, but why was everything so poorly optimized?
Yeah.
If the minute you launched your new console, 5 years later, by the way, And 2 years later than every other next-gen console is everything all of a sudden better. And I don't, I can and I can't accept the answer of COVID. I can and I can't. It's what gaming is today. It's not like when I grew up and went from NES to Super NES. Console growth is small now. Yeah. And I think I feel like that maybe, since you're a collector of 30 years, it's longer than both of us.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe you can agree with us here that that's kind of where the line in the sand is getting, where at what point do we as collectors throw our hands in the air and go, enough is enough, I'm gonna start collecting the backlogs now? Oh, cool. He is us. He is us. I have a top-end LG G4 OLED and a PS5 Pro. I love having the best technology.
Yeah, see,
I am the same way.
Yeah.
So I didn't personally right away buy the next-gen consoles, either the PS5 nor the Xbox. He did.
I got them all.
I didn't
launch
because I looked at the price and I went, I don't own a PC yet. I'm gonna get more bang for my buck if I just buy a PC for myself. And personally, I have. But I also now have the next gen Xbox and I can say I love it. And I know I'll probably say the same thing about the Switch 2 when we get there, when I get there.
When you get there, yep. But not like, it's not like, no, I definitely wasn't disagreeing with anything you were saying. Like, I'm just on the fence of
whether if you hadn't bought it already, you would buy it again.
Exactly. Like with all the knowledge I know about it now, I'm just
ooh. Well, this can be a little bit of Q&A. We've never done this. Maybe we could switch this video to that after this.
Yeah, but we're good. Yeah.
He goes, I see your Assassin's Creed tattoo. How did you like Shadow?
I have not played Shadows. I honestly stopped playing Assassin's Creed after the 4th one.
I've been wanting to play Shadows. It looks so good.
I just couldn't get into the
where we're at now.
Like, it was just like they
too much for you?
Yeah, it was like mixed storylines. Like 1 through 4
felt consistent.
Yeah, felt consistent, and then after that, they just kind of like went everywhere else with it. It's.
He goes, what? Shadows is amazing.
Nah, see.
The gameplay though, the gameplay I've seen online, that thing looks awesome.
Yeah, no,
that looks awesome. That looks peak Assassin's Creed.
So I did play Valhalla for
a little bit,
maybe about 2 hours, but then like I was just like, this is way more than what I was expecting getting back into Assassin's Creed.
No, I'm gonna start drinking this more often. This alcohol is really good for me. Every time I take a drink of that, I cool off. It's nice. By far. Well, hold on. Y'all got Ghost of Tsushima though. He said Shadows is the best looking game on the PS5 Pro. Yeah, but Ghost of Tsushima.
I mean,
that looks killer. That game looks amazing. Michigan. Like right in the dead set.
Right there.
It's kind of rough here because like we're kind of away from all of like the major scene. Like I think the closest bit of scene we can get is an hour away. Like
nah, I feel like it's about 2 or 3 hours.
Well, that's the best of it. Yeah.
Oh well, okay. The best of it. Okay, so
you go to GR or Lansing, you're getting the best of it.
Or yeah, Grand Rapids, Frankenmuth, stuff like that. Yeah, that's like an hour.
Frankenmuth, I'd say, is like all right. It's all right.
All right. Yeah. No.
They've got a good mix, but like, there's one shop down in Ann Arbor that's where I picked up Def Jam.
Oh.
Yeah, I picked up a clean copy of Def Jam. And you're gonna look at me and go, really? That's not a bad price. I've seen what those go sealed. I picked it up for like, I think like 80.
Wait, was it not sealed?
No, it wasn't sealed. I mean,
Okay. $80 though, really.
yeah, not a bad pickup for a clean copy of it in this day and age. Like, but no, we've been collecting.
He left.
Oh, that's too bad. You left a like though, because now you're up to 4 and I'm up to 5.
Yeah.
But no, that was awesome. Oh, wait, what?
Hey, what?
The only downside is the Switch 2 launch lineup is kind of mid. I'm not a huge Mario Kart fan, but just seeing Breath of the Wild in 4K is sensational. Oh, that means we did gain somebody up there after him.
So,
but
no, it definitely
that's
is.
kind of where I'm at personally. Is I couldn't justify just Mario Kart and upgrades.
It's definitely just a Mario Kart emulator right now. It's not.
Yeah.
Unless you upgraded your Switch 1 games, it's just a Mario Kart.
You're really not getting much
right now.
Dang. He says he has 3,000 physical copies.
Ooh, wow. That's
pretty good. That's pretty good. Like, he and I, we're just, it sounds funny to say, and I'm sure he's going to laugh too. You're going to laugh too.
Yeah.
We're just kind of becoming adults now. We've had to get rid of a lot of stuff throughout our childhoods and becoming adults, and so now we're doing this, and there's a couple videos of us collecting stuff and picking up stuff, and that's what we're hoping to do more of on this channel, is collecting more of our childhood and
right now
whatnot.
Right now I have I'm having PC issues, so I cannot upload any videos from my PC to YouTube, so I haven't uploaded in
That's great.
about
Do you have all
6
your
months.
boxes? That's my question, is do you have all your boxes?
All the boxes.
Because he said, started with the NES and never traded a game in.
Yeah.
Salute to you. Like,
So,
wow.
yeah,
that's amazing. Like, I wish we could, like, because, like, I did pretty good. My family's rule, my family's rule was, like, if you're going to get the next console, then you have to trade in the old one.
That would
I convinced her to save my PlayStation 2 because it was a launch PS2 that she got. There's an amazing story to. She had to, like, kind of steal it at Target during the, like, Black Friday launch.
Yeah.
During the Black Friday launch, she managed to take the last one, and she threw my, like, she had me in the cart, and she just took my jacket and threw it over it and went to the cash register. Lady tried to take the cart with me in it.
Ooh. You would have caught these hands.
Oh, man. No, I always threw our NES boxes, sadly. We kept them in shelves. How old are you guys? You look super young. 28.
29.
So, yeah, not old, but not young either. Not old, not young.
We're in the middle.
We're in the middle there. Not quite over the hill. Climbing it now. We're looking at the top of it, climbing. But he'll get there first. It's okay.
Yeah, sure.
He'll get there first. It's all right.
Get out of here.
But no, all in all, we love it. He loves it. I think once I'm forced. More like
I'll force you
hold on,
into it.
forced, more like coerced. Probably more like coerced into buying.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna definitely coerce you into buying that because, like I said, my main thing that got me hyped for the Switch 2 was the cameras and being able to talk to.
Yeah, that'll be
people.
cool.
That would be dope. Just to be able to
Record-
record videos for
Yeah,
while we're not together. While we're
but that's why you gotta get your
different
PC fixed too.
yeah, I gotta get my PC fixed too.
Because then we can, like.
I think it's the processor. I really feel like it's the processor. I think I need to get a new processor.
Check the motherboard.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna.
Oh my, that is the one thing I have heard, and eShop. I've heard the eShop's really, really good now.
Oh yeah, yeah. They definitely.
I remember
it
the
definitely
Switch
got
one
better.
eShop is slow
It
and
is.
terribly
It is.
organized.
But they definitely did better with the eShop. It doesn't it doesn't lag like the Switch One eShop
Okay.
does. Actually, hold on. Let me pull it up. Let's save my game first.
Oh wow, that's a really nice eShop. Is it loading? I assume. Oh, yeah, it is. I can see
Probably
it.
because the internet.
But I can tell that there were optimizations made to make it.
They definitely upgraded the eShop
Like,
for the
I can-
Switch 2.
I can tell that there were upgrades made, and there were UI optimizations and store updates and bug takeouts and stuff. It needs a lineup, and I feel like some things need, in a business sense, re-looked at. I understand it's the climate of. For me personally, it's just because mostly my Switch. Mostly for me, it's because the Switch. I've always been just kind of a Pokemon guy, so the Switch upgrading Nintendo products for me is kind of like afterthought.
Yeah.
But I have always had Nintendo products growing up. I do remember, like, when I was a kid having the SNES and playing for hours and hours while in diapers, the Super Mario Bros. And stuff like
my
that.
first Nintendo system was the Game Boy, the original Game Boy.
Like, and we both have fond memories of the GameCube and all kinds of like different games for the Wii. And I didn't own a Wii U.
I had a Wii U.
How did you like that?
It was not good. It was not great. It was
it this? Hold on, is it this?
No, it was worse.
It was worse? Okay. Like
I owned it for a good maybe 2 years, then I gave it up.
you were like, I'm good, I'm done.
Yeah, no, because it never got. I played it maybe.
Well, I mean, they
Roughly,
ported a
I
crappy
wanna
mobile
say-
game into a game.
I want to say I roughly played it around maybe a
2.
week or 2, and it just sat there. So I was like,
I'm gonna get rid of
yeah,
this.
I'm just gonna get rid of it.
I do think I remember you selling that.
Yep.
And me being like, did you even enjoy that thing? And you were like, no.
No,
No. That's why I'm selling it. I don't like it.
it was just, yeah, it was worse than the Switch too. It's just,
But no, we both love Nintendo products. We love Nintendo. It's just hard to tell people to buy this one
yeah,
if they
I
don't
just,
have a good reason.
yeah.
Yet. If you're a Mario Kart person and that's your thing,
So that was.
oh, absolutely. No, that's not. Switch 2 sold 3.5 million copies in its first 4 days. That's probably more than the entire lifespan of the Wii U. Hold on, I
yeah.
think that's
Oh,
the
no,
entire
that's-
let's be fair to the Wii U. I think that's the entire lifespan of the Wii U. Total. Like,
No, I can definitely get why everybody wanted the Switch.
I can understand wanting it. I can understand being like,
But I can't justify,
yeah.
but going out and recommending people to buy it right now.
And personally, funny enough, when I go to know some people did. I know some people liked it for certain things. My fiance said she liked having one. But I think honestly, when I do upgrade, I probably will pay the $10 to upgrade those games. So
Yeah.
because I have the physical copy.
No, see that was my thing too. Like
you have the physical media.
I have the physical copy.
You don't have
so
to
like,
worry about it not being playable on the Switch too. At some point.
The upgrades.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You'll have to worry about playing the upgrades, but
That's
the
what I
actual
mean.
like the Switch 1 game, you'll be able to play that forever. Like if they decided to delist the
It's
upgrade.
kind of a wild take. I'm not even gonna lie.
So
Still the best place to play Wind Waker.
for Wii U. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna argue with that. That's definitely, it was definitely the best
Really?
place to play that. Yep.
For real?
For real. The Switch cannot.
It doesn't do it right.
Yeah, it doesn't compare. It doesn't compare.
All right. I thought it was better. The port over.
No, it's definitely better to play it on the original,
Okay.
the Wii U.
See, so there are some like it. It's a very gaming culture thing for all of them to kind of have really solid pros and cons.
Yeah.
Like I was telling him, I think a lot of the console war is just Nintendo and Sony fighting back and forth for first, with Sony occasionally taking first for like a hot minute and then just kind of dropping to second. The only real time I think PlayStation was in, I really think Sony was in front, was PS2 era probably. I've heard that. I've actually heard that a lot. The Wii U was actually like super underrated. I've heard that.
It was underrated, but it wasn't. I feel like it wasn't worth getting unless you were.
Does it feel like it's one of those Nintendo's fault things where it's like,
Yeah.
if you would have produced more games that made sense for the thing?
No. If they would have made it better, like I don't know how you would have
Optima-
made it. I don't know how you would have made the Wii U better, but if they would have made
I mean,
it
maybe
better,
not put a giant Etch-a-Sketch in your hands. Maybe make it a little smaller.
That too, yeah. I hated that big old tablet. That was just only good for a few games. It wasn't like you could have played the Wii U with just regular
Weed stuff.
with a regular
Because it was a Wii with an extension.
Wiimote and then one of the nunchucks.
Yeah, it's just a Wii with an extension.
Yeah, it was just a Wii. It was just an actual Wii with a big old tablet that was meant for some games.
Because, like, I do think, like, thinking back, it was a little offensive to fans to not have the Kinect ready with the Xbox 360, with the launch of the 360. If they knew they were developing it, why not pause and delay and make it so you can put it with all of it? I will give Nintendo credit. The camera thing's ready to go.
Yeah.
I just wish they'd do the Kinect and put it in there. I know it would make your console a little bit more expensive, but
just add some
but they could
accessories.
have hold on. They could have balanced out the price of Mario Kart for themselves.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Okay, it's $50 for our camera on a stick. So how about you pay an even cool $6 and we'll give you Mario Kart and the stupid little stick.
Yeah, no, I feel
Because
like,
you got to admit, you would have went for that bundle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because you know later in
definitely.
life, you're going to need that stupid camera on a stick.
Yeah.
I will forever call it that. I don't care if anybody calls me out on it. Like,
But
that
no,
is what it is. It is literally a camera from 2003 for the PS3.
Yeah, it
on the
wasn't.
stick.
It's not that great of quality.
They tried
Sure.
really hard. They tried really hard and
And then the Piranha Plant camera, worse. Like, why you gotta do
Worse
that?
for more money.
Yeah, everybody's gonna want that damn Piranha Plant camera, but it's worse quality. Come on.
It's worse for more money. Like, I think that's what kills me, but it's worse for more money.
That pissed me
And
off.
I knew it.
No,
The minute I saw that, I was like, watch, it's
no.
gonna cost more and it's gonna be worse.
When I seen the Piranha Plant camera, I was like, oh yes, I'm getting that. I'm definitely getting that. But then once they told me the quality, I was like, no, I'm not using a potato. I'm not recording with a toaster.
Cosmic candy.
It's my business.
Coming soon to an online site near you.
Yes, come to, oh shit. Some of these got to go in the shade.
Oh no.
Don't leave your freeze-dried candy out in the sun. They melt.
And that's the problem.
What?
That is the problem, in my opinion. I don't need a camera. I just wanted a Switch Pro, and that's what I got. Like,
Why didn't they just call this a Switch Pro?
I would have been fine with it. I would have bought it. Personally, I would have bought it. I wouldn't have been so mad and angry about everything else if this wasn't hailed as a successor. And yes, we are
a YouTube channel.
Yeah, we are a YouTube channel.
Cosmic Retro Space. We do.
He's just starting to make freeze-dried candy.
Yeah, no, yeah. My side. That's my
This
side
is
gig.
side stuff. So, and I'm fun.
But we.
That's that is me. Like, honestly,
I-
that's the nail on the head right there. I didn't even
not
realize
Yeah,
it.
it's not a Switch 2. It is a Switch Pro.
Yeah.
Like I hated that they released like the Switch OLED because like
That's not an
it's
upgrade.
just it's not an upgrade.
That's just like a
they
here
made
you
it
go.
2 inches bigger and OLED screen in it. It's not. It
Like-
wasn't like 4K or 1080p or whatever.
Thank you.
They didn't. It wasn't better graphics. What's up?
Thank you, Richard. You'll enjoy the rest of our content on our channel.
Yeah.
Like, I think you will.
Right now, it's just gonna be live streams because, like I
Kind of in
said,
between stuff. I got it.
yeah, like I said, my PC's broken. Can't upload videos from it or anything, so got to use my phone. So it'll just be live streams for now. But we usually just
Hang out.
hang out, go retro
I feel like
hunting, play games.
I feel like we'll probably do more of these, just like chat and
Yeah.
BS streams. I think these really work out because I'm liking those numbers. Those are awesome.
Yep.
Welcome everybody to the stream. Like, we've already kind of finished up our review of the Switch.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of
talking about.
We're just kind of Q&A, hanging out. So
Just talking about.
if you want to chat at us, ask us any questions, whatever.
They just left.
All of them.
All of them. Whatever.
You try
It's all good.
and
It's cool. It's cool.
try to talk to the chat, and they when they don't want to be spoken to, like.
But not.
But all in all, I think the Switch 2 will be fine
Down
We'll
the
get-
line.
down the line.
Once they bring out more Switch 2
I think
games,
once they bring out more, and once everybody realizes just that it's not a next gen console.
Yeah, it's just
It's just a
just a
Switch
Pro.
Pro.
Yeah.
Like,
Cause
man, I can't believe I didn't even think of that.
yeah, me either.
Like, that-
the
that's
graphic,
crazy.
bro. The graphics comparison in the trailer of the Switch 2.
That makes it make sense.
It looked like the graphics comparison of the PS5 and the PS5 Pro. So
I didn't
it's
even
just
think about
it's,
that,
it's
man.
just a Switch Pro. It's not
That's
a Switch 2.
craziness.
They didn't give us our Switch 2. They gave us the Switch Pro.
That's crazy
And
work. That's
it's-
diabolical.
It,
Like, I can't believe that.
But no, and then, honestly, I feel like with all the flaws, I feel like it was rushed.
Yeah,
I feel like down the line they will give us a Switch 2 Pro.
and that's gonna be
That'll
the
be the
real-
one. Yeah, that'll be the one with better lifespan. The screen will actually be 4K, and everything will be better.
Nintendo does anymore, or is doing, is just, hey, consumers, you like stuff, right? Yeah, we like your stuff.
We like
Specifically.
stuff.
Specifically your stuff. Shiny Rock,
Why, thank you.
$300 for the Shiny Rock. Still want Shiny Rock from me? Here's your Shiny Rock. Hey, what you doing with that Shiny Rock? Are you modifying that thing? Is that Sharpie on that?
No. Hey, what are you doing? I bought that.
That's nice. I didn't say you could deface it. I'm keeping your money too.
Nah.
Rude.
Nah, that's straight
Rude
up how it
mine.
is. That's straight up how it is, though.
Ruining my nice product? Wow. How rude of you. Like I think this is more offensive somehow than the EA or than the like Ubisoft Game Pass thing they got going on.
Oh, yeah.
This is worse than that in my opinion. Because at least with the Ubisoft Game Pass or whatever the crap it is, you're at least getting new games. You're at least getting to like rent new games, which is basically what you're doing with the next gen consoles anymore. Like it's killer how like I hate to admit it as a gamer, but I like the Game Passes.
Yeah.
I like them. I have no qualms, especially if in the modern era all gaming is gonna be is. Oh, you know what? I could use this dust to make my own little runs. And this is the part where Seth takes it away from me because how dare I try to do something to his product? Like that I might enjoy myself. For me.
Yeah, see, no, that's Nintendo right there. You're gonna do something with the stuff I made you or that you bought
What do you mean?
from me? Nah, that's
What do you
mine
mean?
now.
They're just nerds in a bag at this point. Why can't I just make them nerd clusters myself? I didn't say I was gonna freeze dry them and sell them. Like, I can understand bricking consoles that are getting modified and sold. That is perfectly acceptable behavior in my opinion, on Nintendo's part. What I cannot stand is consumers buying their own products, modifying said product for themselves, and Nintendo thinking that gives them the right to just brick it.
Nah, yeah.
Just because car manufacturers build cars so convoluted that the average man can't modify his own car doesn't mean it needs to come over into the gaming world.
I feel like once you buy something, you own it. That's yours. You can do whatever the hell you want with it.
If buying isn't owning, and this is not me endorsing piracy at all, not in the slightest. No, then I do not endorse that type of naughty, bad behavior.
We don't endorse any illegal activities.
Yes. You tell him, Seth. But if buying my game is not owning, pirating is not
Stealing.
Pirating a game before you buy it, if you have the intentions of buying said game knowing you after you know you like it, it is not a crime in my strong opinion. And that is just an opinion, and we do not condone that nonsense.
Don't do it. Stupid candy.
Also, if you don't own an Android and Apple, emulation is completely free, but I didn't say that. I don't even know if the camera picked that up. Is it? Did it? I don't know, man. But gaming is such a hotbed, and we love gaming, but Seth and I have come to the culmination that it is a disaster fest right now. And if you are a gamer, and Seth probably will agree with this one at this point, just buy a PC, or start collecting retro. Those are your choices. Do one or the other. Because at least Steam hands out regular, like, discounts on old games, on new games. Like, there's an endless supply of games on PC, and honestly, Steam is doing amazing things in the avenue of making it so that you can pass your gaming library to your children and share it with them. Like, they're doing phenomenal things over there. But I think
it's time to wrap things up.
I think this was a great one.
Yeah, I think
Hopefully on the shares, it'll on the
I'm
later it'll do well.
I'm gonna give it a solid 5 out of 10. Just all that's all, like, just for, like, just play wise. Nothing about
I will give it 2 reviews, two different scores. One is for my Pokemon fanboy in me. This is like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
It's like an 8 out of 10 because the graphics on the Pokemon games look absolutely bananas. Love it. But why? Why, if it's basically a Switch Pro, doesn't look like that now? I would not have been mad. I would have been less mad if it was just Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
I am mad that it is Arceus, Sword and Shield, and Scarlet and Violet that are all better looking on the Switch Pro.
Not Switch 2, Switch Pro.
Yeah, like it. So I will give it a solid 8 out of 10 there. As a consumer, as a Nintendo fanboy for life, and as a gamer, this gets a flat 2.
I can see where
This
the
thing gets
2
a
is
flat
at.
2.
Yeah.
I can't be mean enough to give it a 0 because I will buy it down the road. I will buy it down the road and have that 8, and I probably will have that 8 out of 10 experience when I buy it.
Yeah.
But as a consumer, as somebody that had to consider buying this thing as a Pokemon fan, and as like a Nintendo fan, this thing's garbage. This is at best a Switch.